Hey guys, welcome to our channel Sigma Cars, and if you're not subscribed, please make sure you subscribe to our channel and turn on your notifications so that you know exactly when we post new videos. Today we'll be looking at Lexus 2023 LS series, and it's one of the most luxurious SUVs in the market. The Lexus for 2023, the LS series actually comes with 5 different styles. Now the Lexus LX 600 basic model, then the LS 600 Premium, the LX 600F Sport, and the LS 600 Luxury. The last one is the LS 600 Ultra Luxury SUV. And so between these 5 styles in the series, there are so many differences. And today we'll be discussing what is different for 2023, what is new, why we like this vehicle, the pros and the cons, what we found on the test drive, and I'm sure that you're gonna like it. So stick around and let's talk about this. So right out the back, the first difference that we found on these styles of the 2023 Lexus LS series is the seating capacity. The basic LS 600 seats 5 passengers. The LX 600 Premium, LX 600F Sport, and the LX 600 Luxury all seat 7 passengers. That means they have the third row seat. Now the LX 600 Ultra Luxury only seats 4 passengers. So this is a major difference between these 5 styles of the 600 LX for 2023. The seating capacities are different, but here's something that is very unique to all of them. They all come with 409 horsepower. There's no difference between the series, whether it's the basic model or the ultra model or ultra luxury model. They are all the same. 409 horsepower, 479 pound-feet of torque. That is the same. And here's something else that's also the same: the engine. They all come with a V6 twin turbo 3.4 liter engine, and so Lexus no more makes the V8 engine on these vehicles. It's been ditched, and the reason for this is both for gas mileage, for performance and handling. And so the major engine that comes in all the series remains the same, the V6 twin turbo 3.4 liter engine. And when we talk about performance, we'll show you some of the differences in these models also. So here are some of the things that we like on the Lexus 2023 LS series. One of them is the strong engine, of course, and then the premium features that this vehicle has, class-leading resale value, always something nice for the Lexus. And what is new for 2023? Well, all the vehicle comes now with a standard heated steering wheel. That's something that's been added, and of course the wood trim on the ultra luxury. You will like that. It's very important. So Lexus boasts a very powerful engine for the 2023, has a very posh interior, best-in-class resale value, but even at that, it's still expensive to some people. But the Lexus LS is the biggest and the best of the Lexus lineup as far as we're concerned. It has all the virtues of the Lexus brand, and let me give you the prices, the beginning prices of this vehicle that you spend, what you expect to cover from your purse if you really want to purchase the LS series. The basic model, the LS 600, starts from about $87,000 to $88,000. Then the LS 600 Premium, it starts about $95,000 to $96,000. The 600F Sport, it's about $102,000. And then the Luxury 600 LX is about $104,000. It's the most popular out of all the styles. And the Ultra Luxury LS 600, well, please be ready to spend about $128,000 depending on your location. Just bear in mind that these are just manufacturer suggested retail prices, and when it gets to the dealer, of course, there are some additions. So the prices that we just quoted up front, it might go up by another $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 depending on where you're buying it from. But here's the good news: the Lexus always has the best resale value, and according to estimate, it can save you over $12,000 over 5 years when compared to other vehicles. So here's what we found on test driving the 2023 Lexus LX series. One of the good things is that Lexus in making this SUV try to blend the on-road comfort with the off-road capability with minimal compromise. What that means is that depending on the terrain you're driving, you don't lose the luxury feel of this vehicle. There's a very good balance between these off-road and on-road comfort on this SUV. The turbocharged V6 engine seems to have more power on the top even when you're going on high speed. There's something else, a very nice feature on this vehicle. It's called a Lexus driving signature. This is just a name that covers most of the features that make this vehicle drive so nicely. Something like the active height control. The height control basically can change the height of the ride based on the terrain, based on your driving condition. It has the adaptive variable suspension, which is standard in all the trims except the base model, and also it has the electric power steering. These are very great features that make out the Lexus driving signature. Now the vehicle has the drive modes of eco, comfort, and normal drives, and even the sport drive. It's easy to shift between these drive modes, and sometimes the sport mode tightens the suspension and makes it sharper to steer, especially driving within the city, and this vehicle more stable also. Not only that, the off-road performance is really great on this series. You don't think you're driving a vehicle this large, but the standard four-wheel drive is something that really helps the vehicle to remain stable on different terrain. It has a terrain select and a lock-in central differential that makes it capable of tackling any terrain without sacrificing the luxury. And here's something good. This vehicle goes from 0 to 60 in about 6.9 seconds, no matter the style. That was a very great feature that we found on this vehicle. So here's what we like about the interior of the LS600 series. The interior design and the overall quality of this cabin are very, very beautiful and it's excellent. Most of them come with a third row seating capability. The base model LX600 has just 2 row seats and it takes about 5 passengers. And the top model, the ultra luxury trim, has seating for 4. So instead of the bench seat in the middle, it has 4 captain seats. That's why it takes only 4 passengers. That is something that's a little bit different from every other series, or every other style in this series. But here's something good. The technology on this vehicle is outstanding. There are 2 screens in the center stack. There's a 12.3-inch infotainment system and a 7-inch screen for controls. You can see the climate and the seat settings on this very screen. Not only that, there are other excellent features like the navigation system, the wireless Android Auto, the Apple CarPlay, and all these extra luxury features that you will always find in the Lexus. One of the things that we didn't like basically is just the size of the interior cabin. For instance, the third row seat has a very smaller cabin space compared to other big vehicles like the Lincoln Navigator, and so the legroom is a little bit smaller, and the cargo space is also a little bit smaller behind the third row seat. But beyond all this, you'll feel the luxury of the interior, the design, the seats, the leather interior, and the way the whole presentation of the cockpit is really, really great. So here are some of the favorite features I would like on the LX600 series for 2023. One is the V6 turbocharged engine. I know most people like the V8 engine for its power, but for 2023, Lexus did not make the V8 engine, but the V6 turbocharged engine has enough power and off-road capabilities, and you will like it. You will never notice the difference. And of course, it's better on gas. That's one deep consideration in designing this vehicle. For the safety system, it has the Lexus Safety System 2.5, so it has many driver assistance features, things like the automatic emergency braking, the full-speed adaptive cruise control, the road sign assist, automatic high beams, and many more. The infotainment system has a 12.3-inch touchscreen that's very, very user-friendly. It has a navigation system on it, Sirius XM satellite radio, wireless Android Auto, and Apple CarPlay. Of course, you can upgrade your speaker system to the Mark Levinson 25 speaker systems if you want to, and that's something that we look forward to actually doing it, the one we're getting for this test drive. Now, the multi-terrain system is something else. Other than the 4-wheel drive and the lock-in center differential, the multi-terrain system allows you to choose or select from 6 different off-road modes. So you can select the dirt, the auto, the sand, the mud, the deep snow, and the rock terrains. And that means that this Lexus is ready for any driving environment or any terrain, and it will conquer them. That is something, a very, very useful feature that we found on this vehicle. Now the F Sport on its own is another pearl. That is a different design. The grille is very stylish. It has a 22-inch wheels, and of course the Torsen limited slip differential and a sport tune adaptive variable suspension. So that makes it ride differently in the sport mode. It's sportier, and for those who like a sport drive, you will love this feature. the top model, the ultra luxury model, of course, lives up to its name. This vehicle has only 4 seats. That means it has 4 captain seats. It has an ottoman in the middle for real entertainment. It has heated and ventilated reclining seats. And so for those who like luxuries, you will enjoy this particular series. So here's a quick rundown of the standard features of the Lexus LX styles for 2023. For horsepower, they all had the 409 horsepower and 479 pound-feet of torque. This is standard in all the 5 styles or 5 models that we made for 2023. Now for seating capacity, the LX 600 that we said before seats 5, the luxury, the premium, and the sport seats 7, and the ultra luxury seats 4. For cargo space, the base model LX 600 is 71 cubic feet, and then the premium, the sport, and the luxury are all 64 cubic feet. That is the cargo volume. And for the ultra luxury, it's a lot smaller. It's just about 41 cubic feet. The engine is the same across the board. They're all V6 twin turbo 3.5 liter engine, and the towing capacity is also the same. They're all 8,000 pounds. That's enough to tow whatever I want to tow. Other standard features include the blind spot alert, the emergency and security system, child seat anchors, child doors lock, pedestrian detection system, the sleep control, and side view camera. This is standard in all the models. And for technology, of course, they have the Bluetooth wireless technology, the cruise control and adaptive cruise control, remote keyless system, smartphone interface, internet access, proximity sensing, keyless entry, push button engine start, that's standard, the navigation system, voice recognition, the touch screen, and the hands-free. For entertainment, they all come with premium radio system, the Bluetooth streaming audio, Bluetooth wireless technology, and of course, there is satellite radio. Well, by comfort, of course, they all have the same standard features. Again, it's got a remote control and liftgate trunk release, the keyless entry, of course, the Bluetooth streaming audio is also standard. It comes with heated mirrors, heated steering wheel, integrated garage door opener. That is always standard. For performance, of course, they go up for a top speed of 130 miles per hour. This is standard across the board for all the styles. Sitting, third row seat is not available in the ultra luxury and the base model. Of course, leather seats is standard. Folding rear seat is standard in 3 models. It's not in the ultra luxury or the standard. Dual front seats, they're all dual power front seats is standard in all the models. Driver seat, power seats, of course, they're all standard. Now the power third row folding seats is only standard in 3 models. The interior has some similar features that are standard. Leather wrap steering wheel is not available on the sport model, but it's standard on all the other ones. Power windows, of course, rear defrosters, steering wheel controls, tilt, and telescopic cup holder counts, they're all standard in all the models. For the exterior, these are things that are standard. Alloy wheels, fog light, power lift gate, power folding exterior mirrors, roof rails, rain sensing windshield wipers. They are all very standard. For security, they all come with the alarm system. And mechanical, of course, the 4-wheel drive is standard in all this vehicle. They all have the hill descent control, hill start assist, limited slip differential, and for the fuel, well, some people like to use the standard gas for their vehicles, but for this Lexus LX model, the recommended grade is the premium gas for all of them. Stability control is standard. Transmission type, they are all automatic transmission. Now, I guess the last feature is the dimensions, the weight and capacities of this vehicle. The carb weight of the vehicle is 5,665 pounds, and that is for the base model, the premium, the luxury. But the ultra luxury is 5,945 pounds. Fuel capacity is the same all around. It takes about 21.1 gallons. I just call it 21 gallons basically for these vehicles. For the headroom, it's also the same. The inch is about 37.8 inches. The front leg room is about 41.1 inches compared to other vehicles, and the ground clearance is always 8 inches above ground. But you have the suspension that is adjustable. That might give you a little more difference. Now the overall length of the vehicle is 200.5 inches, and that's standard across the board. And of course, the front shoulder room is also the same, 61.4 inches. The turning diameter is 19.7 feet, and this is also standard. The wheelbase is also standard, it's 112.2 inches. And so with all these nice features, I am sure that you will love the Lexus 2023 LS series. So here's one more thing about the LS series for 2023. It has a pre-collision system, and the pre-collision system includes a frontal collision warning with automatic emergency braking, and this system can actually detect both pedestrians and bicyclists while you're driving. Another feature is the radar cruise control system, and this system in the LS series can only be activated when you're going above 30 miles per hour. So if you're going below 30 miles per hour, you might not be able to turn on the radar cruise system, but here's the good thing. Once it is turned on at a speed above 30 miles per hour, it can maintain a set distance from the vehicle in front of it even when the speed goes down to zero. And that means that if you're driving on a very heavy traffic, like bumper to bumper, as long as this system, the radar cruise system, is activated, it will continue to be active. It can continue even from a dead stop. That is something I've never seen in so many vehicles, and so it's a very great feature on the Lexus. What about the lane departure system? This has an alert that is paired with the steering wheel. Again, the lane departure system can be activated at a speed of above 32 miles per hour, and once it's activated, it works to keep the vehicle in the center of the lane, and it can sense any departures from that center of the lane. And so if you ever slip away from the lane, this vehicle will attempt to make the steering corrections while also alerting the driver with a warning system which is visual, and it's either paired with vibrations on the wheel, or you might hear an audible alert. This is very nice features, especially for those who do long driving or who walk in the night and tend to fall asleep while they're driving. This feature will save lives. And finally, the gas mileage of the LS series is 17 miles per gallon in the city and 22 miles per gallon on the highway. And let me remind you of something that's very standard with Lexus. There is a 4-year, 50,000 miles warranty. So if you're one of those who don't want to keep your cars forever, 4 years, that vehicle will be covered as long as you don't go over 50,000 miles. And of course, you can always purchase the extra warranty for as long as you want to keep your vehicle. So what is our final verdict on this vehicle? It is a very luxury, loved SUV in the market. And hey, we got one. We expect that you'll get one too.